Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Island Church Weekly podcast. Pastor Will, how you doing today?
It's a beautiful day, Matt. It's
It is.
weather's super. Going outside weather, not quite summer hot yet. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
very,
It's
very
that
nice.
time of year where it's nice to be in Florida, that's for sure.
It's a good time to be in Florida. Sandy and I actually recently got out just yesterday after work. Got out and rode the jet ski a little bit, and it was kind of windy. Wherever the wind's blowing from, you just get up close to that land mass, and that's how you cut down the waves. So I have enough experience with that. So we had a good time just enjoying some of the water around, and it
Yeah,
was good. So
yeah.
fresh
Muted
air,
myself there for
salt.
a sneeze. Yep. Yeah. Salt air is making me sneeze, I think. Good stuff. Well, how was Sunday at Island Church?
So that's another great week for us. We started this new series on identity, seeing ourselves more clearly, and I tried to lay a foundation, looking at the life of the prodigal son, and where he thought he inflated his value, then he deflated his value, and then he came to his senses. And so I was just trying to kind of lay a foundation for this upcoming series. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's based on the feedback I got from Sunday, and then what I think I know about our people that this will be very helpful the next several weeks. So that was it was a good week. We're probably a third week in a row, Matt, where we had someone with a small they had two children. 2 weeks prior, we had babies, infants, right, under 6 months, both different weeks, different children, and then this week we had another young family. And so part of what has to happen is the people enjoy our services and they just want to see some more people like them. And so we're really I'm praying through and going to have some conversations with people about how do we pull together those people that or have someone that's running point to pull together those people to at least have a social gathering or two just to get those people to know each other because they're coming. It's just not at the same time. And
Absolutely.
so that's hopeful towards the future. But in terms of human nature, they're often looking for people. Is there somebody here like me? But our church, again, does a great job welcoming people. People will tell me again when they talk to me after the service how welcoming our church is to them. And so we do a great job. But that was this Sunday. It was a good Sunday. Music was good. I think the message touched. We did actually, man. I did a kind of a responsive reading that tied into the message at
Wow.
toward the end of the message related to our identity, just declaring
Yeah.
some things of the Bible.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't think about the value and the importance of our words to saying things. Well, I know things in my head. I really believe God in my head. Well, if we can get those coming out of our mouths, those helps us. And if we can do it together, that's good. So that when we're apart, we can do it then too. So
That's
it was
huge.
a good, it
That's
was a
huge.
good Sunday. I mean,
Awesome.
a little more
Awesome. Good
formal than
stuff.
I'm usually used to, but in
Yeah.
terms of doing something like that, but that's a lot of our people have backgrounds where they're used to those kinds of things, and so hopefully that was very meaningful to them.
Absolutely. I'm sure it was. That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, what's coming up in the life of the church that folks need to know about?
Well, we're going to continue down this series, and then we're going to try to plan some activities this spring and this late this spring and this summer to do some fun activities, just some fun kinds of things. We're still trying to work on the planning the children's program for about a 6 week program. And so hope to start that in May, and so that's coming down the road, May, first part of June, and not probably won't do a full VBS, but it will be something similar, but it'll be kind of on a weekly basis. And so that's a good thing. We did talk about, I think I said last week on this that we've got these cards back from our surveys,
Yep.
and that people are so excited about the things we're going to be doing, and so that gives a lot of hope. The parents and even some of our more senior adults that are on the island as well. They're really looking forward to what we're going to do with that. So that's a good thing. So actually, next week we will have to be on Tuesday. Our final construction plans. We'll be able to get a final cost on the building, or a final good strong estimate, right? We should be getting a timetable on that, but those will be ready. They were going to be ready at the end of this week, but it's going to be next Tuesday. And so we're on schedule for that. Certainly appreciate all the work that David Brooks and others. There's several people in our church that have construction backgrounds, and they're giving their inputs. That's really a good thing. And so we're looking forward to that. And so we want our people to be thinking about what would God be having you to do. Many of our people have already given when this was just an idea, and we certainly are grateful for that. And many of our people, this is a newer thing to them. We'd love to have you think about this. People have given all kinds of ways. They've given gold coins. They've given
Yep.
washer and dryers. They've given
Houses.
land. They've
Right.
given a house. They've
Yep.
given part of their estate. There's different ways that you can give. You can give in memory of someone. There's all different kinds of things, but this is gonna get really real pretty quickly
Yeah.
when we get
Yeah.
those final plans. There's nothing changing the designing. This is all just the gut work of the
Yep.
thing with the
It's stuff that no one's
electricity.
going to see that's under the surface, but is still critically important.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to do this. Got to move it through, then moving and get permitting. But after that, it's just related to the financing. But there's a lot of parts. I mean, let me encourage our people. We're going to have to plan what type of equipment we're going to initially buy. We're going to have to think about what goes into the kitchen. We're going to have to think about the kinds of activities that we're going to do. We don't have to have everything solved. There's numerous things.
There's a
We're going
lot
to
to
have
solve.
insurance, right? You got to think about that. You got to think about policies. And so there's a way for you to be involved. If you'd like to be involved, just bring some of your skills and your backgrounds. We're going to need to set up another organization. We're going to set up a 501c3 supporting organization. And so maybe you have some experience and say, hey, I'll look into this with you and walk down this path. So there's any number of ways our people can be involved. Certainly they can be praying, they can be inviting people, which they're doing now, which really is helpful.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Well, how can folks be praying for the church this week? We talked a little bit about next steps. There's obviously lots of next steps in a way to kind of support the church, but what's a way that folks can specifically be praying for the church?
Well, we're going to need a couple things. This children's program, pulling off something for about 6 weeks, is going to be really important for us because the kids are around and the parents are around, and people are seeing these people actually live on the island or live right here, right in the surrounding area. And we ask them, and so that's going on. And so we're going to pray for someone to help provide some direction towards that children's program. Plus, we would love to have someone that will help us with pulling together these adults, their parents, the young adult parents that are coming to our services. And so just for them to get to know each other so they can kind of then go together as we grow together as a church. And it's not going to happen with just a bunch of individuals. Somebody's got to kind of pull that together. So maybe you just pray for somebody that would step up, that God provides somebody. Maybe it's even you, someone listening, to take that role. And of course, always we need some additional help in the areas with children. And certainly that's an increasing need, which is a good thing for us. So they pray about the children. It's all about the children and primarily young adults. And so the rest of us can kind of take care of ourselves a little bit.
But that next generation really needs it needs a church that is for them, that is willing to step up and help them on their faith journey as they kind of discover God. So, man, great way to be praying for our church this week. Pastor Will, thank you so much for the time. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here next week.